guys, it's me again. It's Ange from Unapologetically Ange, and today we're going to be talking about life hardships. I just watched. I am a glutton for punishment. Like, I just watched the trial of Jessica and Daniel Groves, which happened, I believe, 2 years ago, and I was absolutely heartbroken. I mean, guys, our children are the most important things, and or just even children in general. As parents, we have to shelter them, we have to protect them. If we don't do it, who else is going to do it? I mean, this trial had me crying. I felt so bad for that baby, and even for, the other child that Daniel and Jessica had. I mean, imagine being 15 years old and having parents, watching your parents go through, whatever they went through. All judgment aside, for me, I can't wrap my head around, you know, um, I think I don't know. I can't wrap my head around even the thought of doing something like as horrific as they did. And I know, if you watch the trial, you'll see that Jessica took onus of most of it. But here's the thing: the father knew, Daniel knew. There's no way that he could have just or she could have just one day said, you know what, I'm gonna beat the crap out of this child. There's no way. He knew they were both under the substance. In this particular situation, social services, that poor baby fell right through the cracks. And if you ask me, I think that social services should have had their court date too, because you know did you honestly think that putting that baby back into the hands of that father, the mother wasn't going to be around? Who was going to watch the child when he went to work? These are some of the things I know. Now, I don't want to judge and be misjudgy, because I know that the court system, or you know child services, like there's a lot of kids out there that need homes, and I know that they try to keep children with their parents as much as they can, so that there's not so much overflow of children, which honestly, guys, is heartbreaking to me. Because if I could, I would adopt, a ton of kids. However, that being said, I just think that this was a special. I'm sure there's other ones, which is mortifying. It's horrific to even think that there could be, that there are more children out there in these horrific situations that are, you know, not able to get out there and be with a good family, or or even know what a caring family would feel like. It's just really, really sad to me. I came from a not so good upbringing. Like, I mean, not like this. I don't want to take away, not like this, but I myself have gone through a lot of hardships in life, and I think that one of the biggest heartbreaks for me or the biggest heartbreak for me is, I'm sitting here as a 41-year-old female mother, wife. I have a couple of businesses, and yeah, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, sometimes I feel sorry for myself. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I feel sad. Sometimes I feel angry. Sometimes I feel nothing. And I think the one that scares me the most is the nothing. Because if you feel nothing and you've become numb to something, then that means that you've endured so much of it that your body and your mind has just said, I'm done. I'm done. And it's a really not so good place to be. Honestly, it's a really shitty place to be. Growing up, I did not feel loved by my father at all. Never told me he loved me, nothing. And okay, let's chalk it up to, like a masculinity thing, like, fathers don't do that. And I'm doing air quotes right now because, again, this is my own personal opinion, my own personal experiences. I'm not by any stretch a professional. This is my life hardships. So, my father really never ever said he loved me, nothing. Like, I mean, the guy would sit there and be like, you know, what do you want for Christmas? Dad, I want a CD player or I want a Discman. Because back then, I know most of you people aren't going to know what a Discman is, but back then we had Discman and I wanted one. So what did he do? For Christmas, he got me a stereo. Why did he get me a stereo? Which, guys, I'm not a spoiled brat. Happy to have it. But why did he get it? Because he wanted one. So he made the excuse saying it was for me. Meanwhile, I could never touch it. Same thing, he got me a computer one year for school, yet I could never use it because I had to ask permission. But anyway, I grew up that way, and I grew up feeling loved by my mom, yes, but also at the same time, some things happened in the household that I wish my mom had stepped up to the plate and defended me or helped me or my brother. But she just didn't. But I get it, right? Like, I get it. Abused women are scared, and there's no judgment. I promise there's no judgment. I myself am in a very loving marriage and complete opposite of what I witnessed growing up. So I don't know what it's like to have an abusive partner. However, I do know what it's like to have abusive parents, and it's not fun, guys. Guys, it's not fun. If you have kids and you don't, I mean, listen, I'm not talking about, reprimanding them for doing bad things. I'm talking about physical abuse, mental abuse, verbal abuse. Don't do it. It really, 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 really screws your kids up. And listen, guys, we all screw up. We all say things that we don't mean. We all, once in a while, but I mean the really hurtful, and I mean the things that you do mean, because I honestly 1000% believe that everything my father told me growing up, I believe he meant it. And I'm not gonna say the things that he said, because honestly, guys, like, what's the difference? What good would that do? But anyway, so I grew up in this household, and I am sitting here, listening to all this stuff, being verbally abused, being physically abused, emotionally abused, watching my mom be physically abused and verbally and emotionally, and praying that she will just wake up and be like, hey, I'm gonna leave you. And it took her, I want to say 17 years. 17 years. 17 years, guys. That's a long time to live with that and grow the courage. One thing I will give my mother is she had the courage to get up and leave. Scared. She was terrified. But guys, guess what? She did it. She did it. And she did it the only way she knew how to. I, I resented her for a long, long time for that. For staying for so long. But you know what? As I got older, as I, became a mother myself, a wife, I realized, guys, like, life isn't so easy. Life is very hard. And, the when you have kids and, you're scared for them, right? What do? Do you leave and then who knows what happens? Like, are you going to be able to survive it? Can you afford it? I think that's the biggest thing. But you know what, guys? I'm so happy that in the way that we are now in 2022, there are so many women that have amazing jobs, and or the not even just but the strength to be like, you know what? I am worth more, and I leave. You don't like it? Too bad. You want to treat me a certain way? Too bad. and you leave. And I'm so glad that we live in a world that women are empowered and are not afraid to do that. Now, granted, there are probably still some women that are afraid to do it, and no judgment. I'll be honest with you. Get up if it's damaging you, if it's hurting you, if it's physical, emotional, verbal, and you can't take it anymore. Get help. For real. Get some help. So anyway, um going back, yeah, I'll get on to the next subject. My next episode, I'll continue this story. But man, guys, listen. If you don't want your child, if you don't want your child, call CAS, because someone out there will. They will give your child the best life possible. But please, if you're going to abuse your child to the point of death, just give your child up. Just give your child up. Don't do that. Anyways, guys, I know this one was a heavy one, but I will continue my life story on the next episode, and maybe I'll throw some other stuff in there. Who knows? I'm thinking about potentially having like callers call in, and we can talk and we can discuss. Again, I'm not a professional, so this is just like my personal opinion, my personal um, life experiences, and yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow on the next episode. Thanks, guys.